Hey everybody, welcome to RACZ Barbecue and Grill. My name is Rich. Today I'm going to show you how to make a smoked stuffed meatloaf. So stick around and let's get cooking. Alright, we're going to show you how to make my smoked stuffed meatloaf, and I'm telling you, this is not your mama's meatloaf. This is going to be stuffed with cream cheese, with some onions, green peppers, and we're going to wrap the whole thing in the bacon weave. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with a half of an onion, diced up. Onions, and then you want to go with a half of a green pepper, dice that up as well. And we're going to come over here to the flat top and start sauteing these. Okay, while those are sauteing, we are going to start with the meat mixture. So what I've purchased here is a meatloaf mix from the grocery store. It has beef, pork, and veal in it. You can absolutely just use beef if that's all you have access to, or if that's all you prefer. We like using this stuff. This is about 2.5 pounds of the meatloaf mix. Gloves on for sanitary purposes, so nobody yells at me. So, to our meatloaf mix, we're going to add 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of W sauce, 8 ounces, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Probably should have opened this up first before we started this, but that's okay. We'll actually just open this up and get it ready because we're going to slice this and put it in the center. We're going to do about a teaspoon of salt, about a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 cup of ketchup. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in the measuring cup here so the ketchup doesn't stick, comes out a little bit easier that way. Quarter cup of ketchup. And we'll start mixing everything together. We still got our onions and green peppers sauteing that we'll need to add into this mix as well. Really don't want to over mix it too much. Check on the onions and green peppers. I'm gonna let these go till the onions start becoming a little translucent. Okay, so we have our onions and green peppers sauteed. Now we're going to add that into the mixture, as well as 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs, and give everything a good mix. So make sure you get all the breadcrumbs off the side of the bowl into the meat. We're going to set this aside for now. Parchment paper down. And we're going to start our bacon weave and get that ready. Bacon weave is pretty easy to do. I wouldn't use thick cut for something like this, just because it takes longer to crisp up and your meatloaf may be done before the bacon actually is. So we're going to do probably about a 6x6. So we'll lay 6 slices out this way. Get them pretty close to each other. And then what you want to do is you want to fold every other one back to start. Take your next piece of bacon, lay it across this way, fold it back over. Now we're going to do the same thing every other one this way. Lay a piece of bacon inside of it. Fold them back over. And then alternate again. Okay, so that's our bacon weave. We'll set this aside for now. And we'll start forming our meatloaf. You don't want to use all of it. We're going to leave some of it to close off the top. So just get the majority of it down. You want to keep in mind the width of your bacon weave that you created. You don't want to make it larger than what you just did with the bacon weave. But just kind of hand shape it into a rectangle. Kind of make a well in the center of it. And we'll take the cream cheese. I'm going to slice those up. And just put them inside of the little well that you made in the meatloaf. Take the remaining amount of meat and just form it on top. Now, we'll bring the bacon weave back over. So now we'll bring the meatloaf back over and place it upside down on top of the bacon weave. And then bring the bacon up and around the sides to what's ultimately going to be the back, the bottom. Just like so. Roll it over. And there we have our bacon wrapped meatloaf. Next thing we want to do before we throw it into the smoker, get some of the barbecue rub. This is my barbecue rub that I make. I'll put a link in the description below to my website. You can use any rub that you like though. Just dust it heavily on top. Give it a little pat so everything sticks. Alright, this is almost ready for the smoker now. First we need to mix up our glaze. 1/4 cup of ketchup. And 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Okay, now we're going to mix up the glaze. And just coat the entire top and sides of the meatloaf with it. Alright, that's it. She's ready for the smoker now. Had the smoker preheated at 250 degrees. This is going to run for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Once the internal temperature is about 160 degrees. So that's it. We'll check on her later. Okay guys, meatloaf is at 160 now. As you can see, we lost sunlight. It is fall time here in Northeast Ohio. So we're at 160. We're going to pull this thing off, let it rest for a few minutes, cut into it and see what we got. So let's come on over to the smoker. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Alright, there we have it. We're going to let this rest for about 10 minutes and then cut it open and see what we got. Alright guys, meatloaf's rested for about 10 minutes. We're going to cut it open and see what we get. See what the inside of this looks like. Yeah, there we go. That's looking nice. Alright, I gotta have a slice. We're starving. The whole family's ready to eat each other. Inside there like that. So we get some of the bacon on there. Haha. Like I told you, this ain't your mama's meatloaf. You guys gotta try making this one. This stuff is awesome. So again, like and subscribe to the channel. It'll help us grow. We're trying to build this up. Link for the recipes in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.